Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I don't even know what I was about to say, but I ain't gonna take too long to get started this time. Because if y'all watched the last video, which I appreciate everybody that tuned in and watched the live afterwards for last Sunday. But yeah, it took a little longer to get started last Sunday because it was the first time and I was just kind of waiting to see if anybody joined the live. But if you did not watch it, basically this is a question-based live and I have anonymous questions here that I'm gonna be answering because y'all want to know what I got to say. So here we are. And if you don't want to hear what I got to say, you don't got to be here. Respectfully. All right, we're going to get into it. I don't know why I'm acting nervous, but honestly, this is a reason why I'm doing this. There's a bigger reason, and I kind of said a little bit of it in that last live that's posted on my page. But it's really just to do the shit that I've been wanting to do that I'm scared to do, and this is one of those things. Because I be getting downloads, I be getting messages that I want to share, which I'm starting to do more of. And I also appreciate that y'all tuning in and that it resonates, that y'all are liking, y'all sharing all that stuff, because I'm a post and delete type person. I be wanting to delete something 2 minutes after I post it, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep it up because it's a reason why I had what I had on my mind. Feel me? So let's get into it. All right. This is, should people tell their partners if they're upset with them? I mean, I would, if it's a good enough reason, because I think things could easily get misconstrued or misunderstood. So it might not be that big of a deal maybe to bring certain situations up. But if you think it's a valid reason and you think that it'd be beneficial to bring it to your partner's attention, then yes, definitely do that. Let me see something. Okay, so like I said last time, and like I've been posting about, this is really, I'm looking for this to be question scenario based. There's a lot of stuff I'm not writing down and then I'm not going to put in the question jar or on the live, because a lot of it is just statements or like general things about me that it's not too beneficial to the overall concept of what I'm doing. However, I say that to say I added 1 or 2 in there just to comment on it, and also so y'all can see some of the other type of stuff I be getting. Anyways, this says, you seem like you're always having a good time. Baby, I am always having a good time because I'm blessed and I'm highly favored and I am divine. And I'm grateful and I'm whole and I'm happy and I'm honestly like so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. Even though I don't think nobody watching me right now, but when y'all come back to this video when it's posted and y'all watch me, we here and I'm excited. And I'm having a good time. Okay, this says, what should I do if a friend is flirting with my bae? So a couple things, right? Who is your bae? Is this somebody that you're actually dating, that you're exclusive with and in a relationship with, that your friend is aware of? Or is this bae just somebody that y'all know mutually that you have a crush on? But you know what I mean? Like, that's number one. Number two, if that's really what that is, that's not your friend. Now, I will make sure to be clear about what it is, because also things could be misunderstandings. Like maybe your friend is just a friendly person. Now, I don't mean overly friendly and flirting and stuff, but some people are just friendly. Some people are just nice and outgoing. And you, as the person in this supposed relationship, maybe you could be insecure. Maybe you taking things the wrong way. And I'm just saying that to kind of give an example for all the possible, scenarios. But to keep it straight to the point, that ain't your friend. You need to address it or remove yourself. Simple as that. I've never been in that situation personally, per se. But that's weird. That's weird. Okay, I like this one. It says, I hope y'all can hear me, by the way. What inspires you to create music? So, honestly, it's always been something natural for me. I started as a writer. Like, I've been writing, period, since I was like 7 years old. Just writing little stories and whatever came to my mind, really journaling. And then a few years later, I started writing poetry, and always had a love for hip-hop. So I kind of put two and two together, like, okay, this kind of like rapping. So it just started from there. So I've been making music, freestyling, since I was 14. However, I never really did anything with it. I never really tried to pursue it or really take it seriously up until about 2 years ago. And even then, I ain't really been pushing it the way I need to, the way I should. But it's just a love for it. It's just a passion. It's just that inherentness in me that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, that's a part of me, is to make music, to create music, to write, to rhyme. Feel me? And I'm grateful that I have that ability. Okay, next question. I don't really like this song that's playing. Instrumental. So on this lovely Sunday evening, I got this Sunday Vibes playlist on YouTube going. That's what I'm listening to right now. It's instrumental playlist to get the vibes going, feel me? Okay. This says, I get the feeling partner is trying to change me. Advice. I really hate that. I really hate that you feel like that, first of all, because that's not fun. That's not a good thing. I'll be trying to figure out why and how they trying to change you. Because, I mean, you are who you are, and if they already saw who you was before they try to be with you, then what is it that they're trying to change about you? Now, if somebody's trying to push you or like help you to improve and help you to grow, that's one thing. But if it's like, and it's kind of funny because my homegirl, Beja, she said something like this to me. She was like, if you're dealing with somebody and they met you rapping, they met you at an event, but then y'all get together, they don't like that you outside, like they don't like that you doing what you do, like that's where you met me at, that's how you know me to be, so what's wrong with that? Feel me? So I don't know, but life's too short to be with somebody that don't really fuck with you, period. What's goody, y'all? What's goody? I already got into a few of these questions, and I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep flowing, because that's basically what I did last time, last week, which was the first live, the first questionnaire, whatever y'all want to call it. And so yeah, it seemed like a lot of people tuned in after the live was already posted and showed a lot of love, which I'm appreciative of. So that's probably how things gonna go. Not really pressing the urgency of people to tune into the live, because I honestly just want it to be organic. So yeah, y'all see this when y'all see this, but if you hear, Hey. Okay, so I wrote this one down. I put this one in there, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know the answer. So I want y'all to answer this, or y'all ponder on it and think about it and comment down with what you think. Cause it says the biggest advantage of a relationship, question mark. Now, the reason I don't really have an answer, for one, I'm not in a relationship, but also I don't feel the need to be in a relationship to get something that I don't already have, if that makes sense. Like, I could see as far as having somebody there with you to depend on and all that good shit, all that obvious stuff. But I don't know, I just kind of feel like everybody's different. Everybody might have a different benefit. Everybody might have a different outlook. And a lot of people take advantage of their relationships. So I guess that's to each their own. But I'm actually grateful that I don't have an answer for that, because that just shows me that I really just come to so much peace within myself. As corny as that sounds, that's just what it is. But okay, so next question. This says, how often do you try to make new friends? As y'all can see, the questions are like varied and are totally different, which I love. Totally different topics. How often do you try to make new friends? I don't try to make new friends. I just kind of feel like, once again, I just flow with shit. And I go to a lot of places, a lot of events. And even just on social media, like, I just play shit by ear. And again, like I said, with this live, with the stuff I'm posting, I just like stuff to be organic. And I feel like you're going to vibe with and you're going to click with who you click with. And luckily, I do now have, a great group of friends that I met all within the last maybe 6 months or so. And I think I have a different viewpoint on friendships than most, because to an extent I do treat my friendships like a romantic relationship, as far as like reciprocity and showing up for each other and communication. And I say that because a lot of people, a lot of friends nowadays be weird as hell, be giving you weird energy, don't be showing up for you, they want shit to be one-sided. And romantic relationships could be the same as well. So I also say that to say, like, with a romantic relationship, I think that stuff gotta happen naturally. Like, it's gonna come to you, the person gonna come to you, the connection gonna come to you when it's supposed to come to you. Like, of course you have to put in your due effort, but I feel the same with friends. Like, if you're trying to force something, or you just trying to push yourself up in certain groups or with certain people, that might not necessarily be the best thing to do, and that might not, necessarily mesh and be a genuine connection. Like, I have a lot of acquaintances, I have a select few friends, but those select few friends, still getting to know to an extent. But I feel like that's how shit should play out. Don't force nothing. Let me see. I do have more questions than last time. I'm also getting through these quicker than last time. I don't want to get to all of these just for the sake of still having some left over, and and giving a little element of surprise for how these like I said, they're anonymous and I don't know what order they're in. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. With the advantage of relationships. It just depends, because, people are crazy. People are really crazy these days. Like, that's something, if you have it, you gotta cherish it, because some people in relationships be jealous of the other person, or they don't want them to be themselves. They want to keep them stagnant. It's a lot. That's why I'm like, I don't really know. It just all depends on the situation, but I definitely agree. Okay, so this next one, let me see something again. Hold on. All right. This says, when it comes to body shaming, what do you think? And again, totally different from the last question, which I love that. When it comes to body shaming, what do I think? I think it ain't nobody else's fucking business about your body. Ain't nobody business when it comes to your body. I mean, nah, but for real, like, everybody got something to say. Everybody gonna have something to say, no matter what it is. Your face, your body, your personality, your page, your extracurricular activities, your hobbies, your passions, your drive, it doesn't matter. Someone's gonna have something to say about everything. All that matters is what you think, how you feel, what you know. Feel me? Because you gotta know yourself. You gotta love yourself. And people say, you know, you attract what you are, vice versa. But you can love yourself more than anything. Some people still gonna have some shit to say. Because I was gonna say, you know, if you feel like that, other people gonna feel like that too. But it's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. It's always gonna be somebody having something to say and being negative. And I even thought about this with this live, for instance. Like, again, this is an idea I've had. This is something I wanted to dive deeper into with the bigger scheme of things and my vision. But it's gonna be people that's like, who the fuck cares what you gotta say? A lot of people, apparently. And I love that, and I appreciate that, because these are genuine questions that people, you know, want to talk about. And even just with the stuff that I'm posting, like, I stopped using hashtags, I stopped tagging people, I stopped doing certain stuff because I want things to be more organic. And as much love as I'm getting and that I'm grateful for, it's always gonna be a motherfucker. It's always gonna be a hater. It's always gonna be a naysayer. It's always gonna be motherfuckers that we don't pay no energy to. Next. Okay, so this one says, how much do you want to hang out with someone you're just getting to know? I'm gonna dig a little deeper into this one too, because getting to know as a friend, getting to know as a partner, I just kind of think in general, I'm at a place in my life right now where it really depends on when I had the time. Because I'm a lot busier these days. Ideally, you know, I'd like to see my friends often. Yes, I love shit to be organic. And that's another thing, even with this question, like, I would like to see my friends often, but I also feel like it's gonna happen when it's gonna happen. Like, if I could come out, go to an event, or if we could go over each other's houses, whatever the case may be. But yeah, in a romantic sense, I don't know. Again, like, I'm just so used to being by myself, and I'm so happy being in my own energy that if this was me last year, I might say, like, yeah, I want to see motherfucker every day. But I'm not gonna lie, I need my space. I need time to myself. Maybe I think 2 to 3 times a week is appropriate. Well, if you just get to know somebody, maybe once a week, once or twice every other week. But if you're in a relationship, or a little more progressed, I'll say, like, kind of in between, like, y'all exclusive but it's kind of fresh, whatever, because again, I gotta break you down, then that's when I say, like, 2 to 3, I can't talk now, 2 to 3 times a week. I just ain't seen no motherfuckers. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to say. Next. And I'm also trying to, like, see the questions that I done already picked as I'm talking. Okay. We're gonna get to the next one. And I appreciate y'all once again that's here tuning in, listening, and giving feedback and all that good stuff. And yeah, if you see this afterwards, let me know what you think. Like this, share this, comment on it, comment on any of the questions that I've already answered that you may want to have some input about. This one, I guess this is a question. It says getting jealous in relationships. What do I think about that? I had a question like this last week too, and I've actually had several questions regarding jealousy. I mean, I know I spoke on it last week, but getting jealous in a relationship for what? What are you jealous about? Hold on one second. My bad, y'all. There's a little brief intermission brought to you by Flick of the Wrist Tasty Treats. Go follow that page. We back. Like we never left. Sari, not sorry. My bad, y'all. We back though. Getting jealous in relationships. I'm funny, yo. But yeah, why? Like, what's the reason? What's the reason now? Again, I did already touch on this. We are all human. That has happened at one point or another. But when you know yourself and actually know your worth and your value, I believe that's less likely to happen. And also, if you with somebody, matter of fact, I actually think that there is another question in here regarding jealousy, because I've gotten several. If you with somebody that makes you feel that way, and of course you're like, you have control over your own feelings, but if somebody is doing things, a number of things to make you feel that way, maybe you need to remove yourself. Obviously look at yourself and figure out why it is that you feel like that. But if it's about that person specifically and their actions, and they're not respecting you, they're not valuing you, and it's like a trigger, a constant trigger, definitely figure that shit out, but definitely get the fuck on. Because because like certain stuff, once you cross certain boundaries and certain lines of relationships, you can't really go back. Like, yes, you could heal from that stuff and you could move on from it, but when you're with the same person, I feel like it's hard to let that stuff go, if that makes sense. Then that builds resentment and animosity and just unnecessary shit, I think. Alright, I'm just gonna do maybe one or two more questions depending on what this one says, because I think I said it last time, I'm really only gonna be on the live for about 30 minutes every Sunday, because y'all not paying me. Okay, not for real though. Okay, this says, do you prefer having friends who are a lot like you or very different? I think it should definitely be a balance, but again, that goes back to me saying, you know, getting those friendships organically and naturally. Like, you're gonna naturally click and connect with who you connect with. It could go either way. They might be the complete opposite of you, or they could be very similar. Y'all could complement each other. Either way, you know, I prefer to have friends that are real. I prefer to have friends that are genuine. I prefer to have friends that aren't fucking weird. Okay? So whether they like me or not, hey, who knows? We probably got little things we could you know, bounce back and forth, if that makes sense. Like, we could, whatever, you know what I'm saying. This the last one. This the last one. And why I'm doing this again, like I already said it, and I'm gonna keep saying it every time because I genuinely mean it. But I'm so grateful and I'm so happy for the love and all the support and all the shares and the likes and the comments and the views and the questions. Because I was thinking about it earlier too. I don't really know of any live or podcast, which this the live now, but we gonna get to the podcast. We gonna build together. But I don't really know any that are doing this specifically. Like, yes, there's a lot of question-based ones, but these are anonymous, which, again, y'all don't have to be anonymous. Y'all could keep going to the link in my bio, because I do have the anonymous link there to ask questions. But y'all could DM me. Y'all could email me. Y'all could just, hey, Sari, talk about this on the next live. Hey, you know, what you think about this? It don't gotta be anonymous. Especially because some of y'all being fucking weird. Some of y'all being fucking weird. And the type of stuff y'all asking me. Hold on. Oh, hold on. We got an impromptu question right now. Let me see. If you were at an event and saw a guy that caught your attention, would you approach him and introduce yourself, or would you wait for him to come over to you? So I've done both. I've done both before. But I think it really depends where I'm at and who it is. Because from what I've seen, this is a very small collective of creatives, a very small creative collective, I'll say. And I would prefer not to deal with somebody that I know dealt with somebody that I know, or a friend, or, you know what I mean? Because I've heard, I haven't done that I know of. But, you know, I might ask about somebody and then it's like, oh yeah, he was with so and so. I'm like, damn, I don't even want to do that now. You know what I mean? So that's number one, who it is and where it's at. Because I also want to have peace and my creativeness when I go to events, you know. And then depending, and I'm thinking ahead because this is valid. You know, if I'm dealing with somebody and it gets to the point where I feel comfortable to be like, hey, come to this event with me, cool. I don't want to deal with somebody that's always at the same events that I go to and that shit don't work out and then it's weird and then it's like, oh, okay. You know, I'm gonna still go where the fuck I want to go comfortably. But it matters. Now, long story short, I say all that to say that's just some filler shit. For real, I'd rather somebody come up to me. And then I can make up a lie and tell you why I don't want to talk to you. Nah, I'm joking. Oh, let me stop being goofy. I don't want that one. I didn't look at it, but hold on. But I appreciate that question, though. That's a good question. Like I said, I've done both. I've definitely gone up to people in the past and just been like, hey, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. And I do that in general for networking. You know, but yeah, I think men, well, a lot of people assume stuff, but I would think that a man can kind of sense if you are like interested in him. I would think so. I don't know. I don't know which one I want to pick. I want to pick one more. Hold on. All right, this one, I guess. Oh, I don't even want to do this one because this is, hold on. I read this one and I already knew like it wasn't going to be a simple answer, and it's not going to be a simple answer. So I might be cheating, but I might say this one. Because this is the last live. I'm already kind of, the last question. I'm already kind of at the 30-minute mark, and that's gonna be a long answer. That's a personal question, and it's not like a cut and dry answer, I'll say. Sorry on. All right, this one's simple to the point. This says, are you happy with your heights? I'm 5'5". I'm only 5'4" and 3/4, but I be saying I'm 5'5". So that's average, I think. Somebody told me that was shorter than average height. Back in the day, I used to wish I was a little shorter. But I actually love my height because both of my parents are tall. And I wouldn't want to be super tall. I kind of feel like I'm right in the middle, like I said. Like I'm tall to an extent, but not enough to where my feet big as hell. Feel me? I'm comfortable. I love myself. I love my body. I love my height. I love everything about me, and I pray that y'all feel the same way. I pray the same for y'all. So anyways, that was the last question. Once again, this is Sari Sundays. Sari, not sorry. And yeah, we just went through some of the questions, because thankfully, you know, I got more than double last week's questions. Thank you for that. So these are the remaining questions, but I do actually have a few still on the app that came in late after I already did all of this. So these questions that I didn't get to yet are going to stay in this jar until next Sunday, and I'm going to add the new questions to it as well. And what I did last week, what I'm going to do either later on or probably in the morning on that app, I'm gonna reply to all the questions that I answered and tell y'all to come watch it on the live, because I already answered it. Feel me? So yeah, appreciate y'all. Share this, like this, view this, send it to a friend. I don't really know. I don't know. This is the second one. We gonna keep going, and we gonna keep elevating, and we gonna keep expanding. I'm gonna have some guests. Sooner than later, I'm gonna have some guests. But y'all be easy, y'all be safe, and all that good shit. Peace.